All right, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about something that can either build your e-commerce dream or, honestly, turn it into a total nightmare. We're looking at the biggest, most common mistakes new Amazon sellers make, and most importantly, how you can see them coming and just step right around them.
So you're ready to go. You've got that fire, that ambition. You can see the huge potential, the whole idea of building your own brand on the biggest marketplace in the world. It's super exciting, right? You're just ready to start and watch those sales come pouring in. But hang on just a sec. Because lurking behind all those success stories is a real minefield of potential disasters. I'm talking about waking up to a suspended account, having your entire shipment of products just stuck in a warehouse, seeing fees that literally eat your profits alive, and, jumping headfirst into a market that's already completely flooded.
Now, here's the good news. Pretty much all of these mistakes are avoidable if you know what you're looking for. So think of this explainer as your guide, your map through that minefield. We're going to walk through the 4 biggest danger zones so you can navigate this whole thing like a pro right from day one. Okay, let's start at the very beginning with the foundation. These are the huge mistakes people make before they've even ordered a single product. Getting this stuff wrong, it's like trying to build a house on quicksand.
The number one flaw is just completely underestimating how much cash you really need. Sure, some ways are cheaper, but if you want to launch your own brand, a private label product, realistically, you're looking at needing somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000 to do it right. That covers your inventory, shipping, ads, the whole deal.
So the key here really is planning, just meticulous planning. First, you've got to map out every single possible cost. Second, make a master checklist of every single task you have to do, because this is a real business with a lot of moving parts. And third, set up your business cleanly from the very start. Get your tax and legal info sorted out. Rushing this foundation, it just guarantees you're going to have massive headaches down the road. All right, now for the fun part, the heart of your business, the product. But this is also where all that excitement can easily lead you down a very, very expensive wrong turn. Let's figure out how to avoid picking a product that's basically doomed before you even start. This is such a classic trap, falling in love with a passion product. What you need to find is a data-driven product. You have to take your emotions out of it and just look at the cold, hard numbers. Is there real demand? Are people actually searching for this? Are the ad costs going to be sustainable? If the data says no, you have to be disciplined enough to walk away no matter how cool you think the idea is. Listen, this might be the single most important rule in sourcing. Seriously, so many new sellers find a product, get excited, and immediately order hundreds or thousands of them. That's a huge gamble. Instead, you should always make a small test buy first. Prove that the thing actually sells before you go all in on a massive inventory order.
And yeah, don't let a low bestseller rank fool you. A product might be selling thousands of units a day, but that doesn't mean you're going to be successful with it. You got to dig deeper. Use some tools to check, are other sellers really moving inventory, or is the market just completely flooded with competitors? And the big one, can you offer something that's genuinely different, or are you just going to be another Me Too copycat?
Okay, so you've got your plan, you've got your product, now you actually have to deal with the Amazon platform itself. And you have to remember, this isn't your playground, it's Amazon's sandbox. You gotta play by their rules or they will kick you out. It's that simple.
First up, these things called gated categories. Amazon basically locks down certain product types like supplements or groceries and huge brands like Nike or Lego. You can't just go and list these things. You have to apply and get approved first. The big mistake here is buying a whole pallet of inventory before you even check if you're allowed to sell it. Always check first. You can do it right in the Amazon Seller app.
Now this one is a potential account killer, an IP complaint. It's when a brand claims you're messing with their intellectual property. And this can happen even if your products are 100% authentic. Some brands are just super aggressive about this. Get too many of these complaints and your account will be suspended. So before you list anything, research the brand. Use a tool like IP Alert and see if they have a history of filing these things. If they do, trust me, it's not worth the risk.
And it's the tiny little details that can have huge consequences. Amazon has incredibly specific rules for how things need to be packaged. Using the wrong barcode, not sealing a liquid properly, forgetting that special FNSQ, a warehouse label. Any of those things can get your entire shipment rejected at the warehouse door. You have to follow Amazon's prep guides to the letter. It'll save you from some really costly fees and stranded inventory nightmares.
All right, finally, let's talk about money. You can have the perfect product, you can follow all the rules, but if you don't manage your finances the right way, your business can just quietly bleed out before it even gets a chance to grow.
New sellers are almost always shocked by Amazon's fees.
I mean, look at this. This is just an example, but it's not far off. Between the commissions, the fulfillment costs, storage, Amazon's cut can be a third, sometimes even half of your sale price. You absolutely have to account for every single fee to have any idea if your product is actually profitable.
Inventory management is so critical. See, when you're selling well, you build up momentum in Amazon's algorithm, but the second you run out of stock, poof, that momentum dies instantly. Your sales can just totally tank, and it's almost like you have to relaunch the product all over again from scratch. Staying in stock is not negotiable.
And here it is, the financial reality that catches so many people by surprise. The cash flow cycle on Amazon is long. Think about it. You pay your supplier up front, you ship the goods, maybe they sell over the next 60 days, and then you still have to wait for Amazon to pay you. You could be funding 4 whole months of inventory before you see a single dollar back. You have to plan for that crunch.
And here's just a little dose of reality to keep your expectations in check. Even for the pros, the people who do everything right, perfect photos, great ads, amazing research, only about 1 out of every 3 new products really takes off. Now, I'm not saying this to discourage you, but to prepare you. Failure is just part of the process. The key is to learn from it, adapt, and not bet your entire business on one single launch.
So what's the big takeaway here? It really comes down to mindset. Avoiding all these mistakes isn't just about technical stuff. It's about being willing to step out of your comfort zone, to actually invest in learning this stuff, and to treat it like a real business. This quote just says it perfectly. That uncomfortable feeling, that's the feeling of growth.
Which really just leaves us with one last question for you to think about. Your goal here isn't just to find one winning product. It's to build systems, to understand the finances, to learn the rules, to create a resilient long-term business. That is the real path to success on Amazon. Thanks for watching.